Cabin in the Big Valley, starring Larry and Wonderhussy. Hey, Wonderhussy here, hanging out in the middle of nowhere again, more specifically in a very remote corner of Death Valley. It's known for being home to 3 really well-known volunteer cabins. Volunteer cabins are old miners' cabins that have been fixed up by volunteers and are free to stay in on a first-come, first-served basis. The way it works with these volunteer cabins is there's an American flag inside that you raise up on the flagpole to let other travelers know that the cabin is taken, so nobody busts in on you in the middle of the night. So we got here, and lucky for us, there was no flag flying, nobody was here. And just to be doubly sure, we hoisted the flag and we left a note on the door letting everyone or anyone who came by know that we're staying here tonight on February 12th, 2019, leaving tomorrow on the 13th. So if somebody else wants to come stay here, they'll know that we're leaving tomorrow. I was up here once before, about 3 years ago with a group of friends, and we drove all the way up this gnarly road for miles and miles and miles, got here, and the flag was already flying. Somebody had already taken it. So we had to cruise down the road even farther to these other not quite as nice cabins and stay the night in one of those. And it was fine. We had a good time. Actually, we had a great time, but this cabin here is so much nicer than the other 2. I'm really stoked that Larry and I were lucky enough to get it today. Actually, it was kind of strategic. We came, this is right before President's Day weekend, and it's right before Valentine's Day. So most people are probably saving up their vacation time for next weekend and probably won't be out here. Also, most dudes probably have to stay home for Valentine's Day because most girlfriends' wives don't really want to be dragged up to a remote mountain valley to stay in a rustic cabin on Valentine's Day, you know what I mean? So this was a pretty good time to come up here, and it paid off because the cabin was free. Larry and I got it, and I'm going to show you what it looks like inside. Okay, so before we go inside the cabin, let's just do a quick look around the outside so you can get a sense of how friggin' awesome this cabin is. What it says here on the front step. It's a little plaque. Welcome! In the spirit of the Old West, please leave it better than you found it. How friggin' cool is that? The honor system is alive and well in 2019, unbelievable as it may seem with the way things are going. Like I said many times in all the videos I make about these cabins, anytime I start stressing out about humanity and how messed up the world is nowadays, all I have to do is come out to one of these cabins and it reminds me that people are actually pretty cool. Okay, so continuing around the perimeter of the cabin, you see it's really solidly constructed out of stone, local stone, and it's super tightly chinked. There's no holes for rats to get in, although they do have a hantavirus warning sign, probably just for liability purposes. And then look, somebody put this giant spider here as a joke. Ha! Yikes! Oh man, it is friggin' cold out here. Like I said, it's February, but Larry's got a fire going in this awesome stone fireplace inside, so by the time we get inside, it should be nice and toasty. Finished taking you on this tour of the perimeter. Wow, look at this gnarly old dead bush. It's crazy. Oh, here's a really nice view of the valley. You can see it's actually pretty green right now because it just rained pretty heavily last week. But also, interestingly, despite the fact that we're in the middle of Death Valley, one of the driest, most arid spots on Earth, there's actually a spring right down there below the cabin with a pretty steady flow of water. So you could actually survive here for some time. So here's the front side of the cabin looking out over the valley. And out front here, there's well, you can see that little barbecue poking around the corner there. And there's a fire pit so you can sit out on a nice warm summer's night right in front of the old cabin and look at this amazing view. I mean, the stars have got to be out of sight out here. We are so far from any population center. I mean, I think Las Vegas is the closest major city, and it's hours that direction. And then, gosh, I don't know, Ridgecrest, I guess, is the closest place that way. But there's really no light pollution here. Let me just leave it at that. It's going to be amazing tonight. I'll try to shoot some video, but This camera's not, it's a cell phone, okay? It's probably not gonna pick it up, so you'll just have to take my word for it. Anyways, it looks like there was a back door here at one time, but I think it's sealed off now, so. Here's the other wall. Here's the flagpole where you hoist the old flag, which that flag has seen better days. Huh, we should have brought a new one to replace it. Didn't know. Okay, let's go inside the cabin now where we can warm up, and I'll show you what kind of cool stuff there is inside. Larry! Okay, so here's the interior of the cabin. It's one room. I'm just gonna do a quick pan around so you can kind of get an idea of what we're dealing with here. And then I'll go into detail. Oh, look at this fire. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I can't even finish my pan. My hands are so cold from shooting out there. I gotta warm them up first. Oh, wow, that feels so much better. I mean, look at this awesome old stone fireplace. So cool, it really warms this cabin up nicely. I mean, we're at 4,000 feet up here, and it's, like I said, February 12th, but a cold snap just came in over the Sierra, and there was snow on top of the panamint. So if we didn't get this cabin tonight, oh man, we would have been cold. Okay, I'm warmed up a little bit now, so I'll finish doing my pano. We were going this way, so here's the rest of the room. And there's the door we came in. So let's start going into detail. So they got these built-in shelves that have supplies that you might need. Butane for a camp stove. Well, just random odds and ends, a tow strap. That could come in handy. Hopefully we don't need it, yikes, because we only have one car. Just odds and ends, things you might need, like you usually find in these volunteer cabins. You know, stuff to keep the place clean. A shovel, probably to shovel out ashes from the fireplace when we're done. That's my stuff there, don't mind that. Here's all the supplies that are laid in. I mean, there's actually quite a bit of food, canned goods. You could survive here for probably a month off of just the stuff they have here. And then there's even like a tea kettle and a lantern and, you know, stuff you might need. Mugs, bug spray, isopropyl alcohol, you know, first aid supplies. It's pretty cool. Oh, look, there's even a mouse-proof food bin. Wonder if there's more food in here. Well, there's a jug of water. That's cool. I mean, these people really look out for each other. I love this. Oh yeah, this thing is packed full. Paper plates, napkins, cup of noodles, all kinds of stuff that isn't really mouse-proof, so they have to put it in this bin. Put this water jug back on top. Cool. Oh, there's even a bottle of Jim Beam. I wonder if there's anything in here. No, it's empty. Oh, look. Natty Light. Natty Daddy. Bleh. All right, my favorite thing in this cabin is this friggin' dining room table. I mean, how cool is this? Somebody lugged this all the way up that friggin' bumpy road. Look at these chairs, man. This is swanky. The first time I came here, I fell in love with this table and I wanted to have a fancy dinner party here. You know, like bring a candelabra and like fine china and have like a really nice meal. Cook it, like roast a suckling pig in the fire like they did in the days of King Henry VIII. Because these chairs totally look King Henry VIII, you know? It would have been cool to do, but unfortunately I never got around to it. Okay, and my second favorite thing about this cabin is it's wired for electricity, okay? There's solar panels on the roof, and I don't understand how all this stuff works, but there's a friggin' sound system in here that you can just plug your iPod into. I'm not kidding. Let me see. I'll show you guys. Make sure this is playing. Okay, let me just turn this on. Power. Gotta turn this on. Look at that. In the middle of nowhere, might I remind you, there's nothing out there. You can just plug your phone in and have music. And oh, by the way, it's starting to get a little dark in here. Maybe I should turn the lights on. So aside from there being electricity and a sound system, there's also board games, puzzles, a whole bunch of books and magazines laid in. So you can sit around and read, play games. I'm guessing these here are probably the log books where people who stay here sign their name and tell their story. So those are really fun to read. Oh, look at this. Here's a good book. Jesus calling. Hello? Okay, this strip of foil was taped up over the fireplace, I think to kind of help the smoke go up the chimney, so that's cool. On the mantelpiece here, there's all these little toy trucks and drawings people have done of stuff in the area, roadrunners and mountain views. And man, I feel like I could camp out in this cabin for like a month and just paint, draw, write. Okay, here's the kitchen. You can see there's a sink that it actually looks like there's a pipe underneath it and the water runs outside somewhere. So that's cool for washing dishes. You just put a jug of water up there, like there's a mirror. And then there's like a prep table there for cooking. Put your camp stove up there. And well, that's about it. Then there's these two little alcoves. I'm not sure what those are meant for. It looks like people put candles in them or something. What does this say? Bob and Bill Jobs? Eric and I don't know, some people's names that were here. That's cool. And then, you know, some pots and whatnot hung up. And then up here on the beams, it's kind of cool. People have carved their names or written their names over the years. But there's a sticker over here that asks you not to write on the cabin because it's basically vandalizing it, which I guess I can understand. But I don't know, it is kind of still a fun tradition to sign your name here, I would think. But I guess I won't do it because they ask you not to. Okay, I really didn't want to have to go back outside because it's so cold out here and it's so cozy in that cabin. But there's one other thing I gotta show you about this place before I hunker down for the night and get warm. And that is the outhouse. Now I know what you're thinking, well, it's an outhouse, big deal. Well, let me show you this outhouse. This is like the Ritz of all outhouses. I mean, it's very tidy. Oh, there's no toilet paper in it right now. Huh. But what's cool about it is, don't worry, I'm not gonna show you in the toilet. It's lit with electricity. So there's actually a light in here. So if you have to go to the bathroom at night, it's not creepy and spooky. Look. Yay! How cool is that? Electricity in the middle of the friggin' desert. Well, since I'm in here anyways, I guess I might as well use the facilities before I go back inside and get warm. Whew. Perfect timing. Okay, back to the cabin I go. Oh man, look at, oh my God, you guys, I gotta show you the view. Hold on. And watch this outhouse, keep all the critters out. We did see a pretty good sized coyote earlier today. We spent the day exploring the valley, checking out the other cabins that are here, which the other cabins aren't as nice to stay in, but they are really interesting and full of historical artifacts, which this cabin doesn't have a whole lot of historic artifacts. But look how cozy that looks with the smoke coming out of the chimney. There's my rig parked out front. Talk about a picture straight out of what was that dude's name? Remington, that painted all the Old West paintings. I mean, this is iconic. This valley, this cabin, the flag, and my 4x4. I got some hot cocoa. Added a little dash of cayenne pepper to make it even warmer. And I'm sitting here thawing out my bones by the fire in this awesome, cozy little cabin in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, you can ham it up now.
Is it a video?
Yes.
Oh, hey, well, I'm staying in a cabin. I'm staying in a cabin. I'm staying in a cabin with a fireplace. Okay, it's the next morning. We spent a very cozy night in here. It was blustery. Some nasty weather just blew in so we could hear the wind howling outside. But man, because these friggin' walls are solid stone, it was really cozy. I had earplugs in, so I didn't even really hear the wind until I had to get up and go pee. But we had a really nice fire going in the fireplace. I laid my mattress out right here on the floor. Larry had his mattress right here. And I was toasty. It was really nice. But now we're getting ready to leave, so we tidied everything up exactly how we found it. Put the chairs back on the table. We shoveled all the ashes out of the fire pit. We took the flag back down and folded it up and left it on the table there. And the only thing I left here that wasn't here before was I put one of my stickers up there, and I didn't even stick it to it because I thought that would be rude maybe, or construed as rude, so I just put it on a nail there, so if people really hate it, they can take it down and throw it away. But anyways, now we're gonna go hiking in this nasty, blustery weather. Oh, you can't see, sorry. Anyways, great stay. We'll definitely be back. 5 stars.